November 22, 2025. An FPV drone targeted and struck one of two soldiers positioned at a Ukrainian armed forces trench in the Sumy region. November 22, 2025. Russian fiber-optic FPV drones struck an American mercenary minibus, recorded from two angles. Precision targeting ensured the vehicle was swiftly neutralized, demonstrating the power of modern drone operations on the battlefield. Don't forget to share your thoughts about the video in the comments. Subscribe and leave a like. November 22, 2025. Russian VT-40 drones conducted multiple operations in the direction of Konstantinivka. Drone operators, remaining in standby mode, quickly activated and launched their drones at high speed upon detecting enemy movement. Evading a drone traveling at such velocity is nearly impossible. Only natural obstacles like trees or terrain could potentially slow its advance. These Russian drones carry large explosive payloads and can inflict significant damage when detonated. In the village of Kazakia Lochnia in the Kursk region, operators of the Rosgvardia fiber-optic FPV drone KVN neutralized an American Max Pro armored vehicle used by Ukrainian forces. November 22, 2025. A heavy aerial munitions strike targeted Ukrainian personnel in the Mirnor area. November 22, 2025. The rotation attempt failed. Two Humvees belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed near Stepanohursk. Once again, we can see that the vehicle doors were left open, making it easier for the strike to destroy the vehicles. November 21, 2025. UAV operators shared footage showing kamikaze drones being used against Ukrainian armed forces shelters and fortifications. Drones equipped with incendiary warheads are forcing Ukrainian personnel out of buildings, trenches, and dugouts with smoke, while simultaneously destroying their supplies, ammunition, and equipment. November 21, 2025. The support unit of the Ukrainian armed forces in the village of Petoliani was destroyed by an X-39 missile. Russian forces have received new Ulan tactical motor vehicles, now delivered to units of the Zapad group operating in the Special Military Operations Zone. These vehicles enhance mobility, troop transport, and logistical support in frontline conditions. The deployment underscores ongoing modernization efforts and the focus on equipping units with reliable, versatile platforms to maintain operational effectiveness in active combat zones. An enemy ammunition depot was located during aerial reconnaissance near Lipy. An FPV operator from the Sever group carried out a precision strike with a kamikaze drone, neutralizing the depot. Russian air forces targeted a Ukrainian position with two FAB-250 aerial munitions, followed by another strike on a nearby location using a FAB-3000. November 10, 2025. Russian reconnaissance drone operators identified a Ukrainian shelter during a free-flight mission. After accurately determining the coordinates, an attack drone was deployed, successfully neutralizing the position. Konstantinovka direction. Ukrainian forces placed protective nets along the roads to counter FPV drone strikes, but this measure did not prevent the Russian drone operator from completing the mission. The mortar crew was observed retreating. Although 2 personnel in the rear of the vehicle attempted to engage a Russian drone, their efforts were unsuccessful. FPV drone teams from the 106th Airborne Division in Tula continue their operations along the Kursk border area. Using high-precision unmanned aerial systems, the operators identify concealed artillery positions and track armored vehicles attempting to advance toward Russian lines. Once targets are confirmed, the teams coordinate controlled strikes to neutralize equipment and disrupt movement. These actions highlight the growing role of airborne FPV units in monitoring the battlefield, countering hostile breakthroughs, and safeguarding frontline positions. In a high-precision strike, Russian aviation deployed FABs, high-explosive aerial bombs, equipped with UMPK, universal planning and correction modules, to target Ukrainian armed forces concealed within fortified buildings. The guided munitions, designed for pinpoint accuracy, struck directly on target, neutralizing entrenched personnel and collapsing defensive structures. The operation highlights the evolving role of smart aerial ordnance in urban warfare, where precision and timing are critical to dismantling hardened positions without prolonged engagement. Russia FPV drone operators of the Russian armed forces released detailed footage of their operations near Krasnoarmeysk, Pokrovsk. The video shows collision destruction of Ukrainian infantry units, collision destruction of a self-propelled howitzer Gvozdika, collision disabling of a BTR-4 armored personnel carrier, which had already been immobilized by a mine, collision pursuit of Ukrainian armed forces vehicles. UAV operators of the 14th Guard Special Forces Brigade of the Vostok Group detected an enemy UAV control point. They then deployed an attack drone to engage the target. November 21, 2025. The Russian Air Force destroyed FAB bombs stored in a PVD belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the village of Velika Pisarivka, located 5 kilometers from the state border in the Sumy region. The Sever military group continued efforts to establish a buffer zone in the Kharkiv region. Russian units maintained constant presence along routes used for Ukrainian equipment movements and personnel rotations. Drones operating in both standby and free-roam modes identify targets daily. These images show the neutralization of an opposing mobile group attempting to advance along the contact line. Transport vehicles used by Ukrainian forces for supply delivery and personnel rotation were also regularly taken out of action. Don't forget to share your thoughts about the video in the comments. Subscribe and leave a like. During a recent operation in the Kharkiv region, Russian forces advanced toward the village of Kamina, engaging in active clashes while moving through Ukrainian defensive positions. The fighting reportedly included close-quarters encounters supported by drone-assisted reconnaissance, allowing units to assess threats and adjust their movement. By the end of the released footage, the Russian flag is shown raised atop a prominent building in the village, marking the claimed establishment of control over Kamina. This visual is commonly used as both a tactical indicator and a symbolic message of territorial advancement. The situation in the Kharkiv region remains fluid, with both sides continuing to contest key areas along the front. A Russian attack drone spotted a Ukrainian ground-based UAV during a reconnaissance mission. As the drone closed in on the UAV, it detected 3 Ukrainian soldiers hiding nearby. The soldiers noticed the Russian drone, triggering a brief pursuit. A 2S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled gun was destroyed within the city limits of Konstantin-Detsk. This high-value artillery system was eliminated following a series of Russian FPV drone attacks. Despite Ukrainian efforts to camouflage the weapon, Russian drones detected and neutralized it with precision. An unusual perspective on the objective monitoring of FAB bombs targeting UMPK glide kits in the village of Andrika, Sumy region. This is the first time such footage has been captured. The 35th Army launched an attack on Ukrainian armed forces positions in Gaul. In addition to drone operations, artillery units carried out heavy strikes on the Ukrainian positions. Another wheeled self-propelled gun was neutralized in the Kharkiv region using a fiber-optic FPV drone. A group of Ukrainian infantry was spotted in the village of Pleshchevka moving toward the PVD. The Rubicon combat group engaged the PVD using a KVN fiber-optic drone, with target control provided by pilots from the 346th Special Forces Regiment. FPV drones are rapidly changing the landscape of modern warfare, offering unmatched speed, maneuverability, and precision for reconnaissance and strike operations. These high-speed, pilot-guided systems allow operators to engage targets in real time while maintaining situational awareness and minimizing risk to personnel. From disrupting vehicle movements to targeting high-value positions, FPV drones have proven their effectiveness across multiple conflict zones. Their role in frontline tactics continues to expand, showcasing how small, agile technology can have a decisive impact on the battlefield. Don't forget to share your thoughts about FPV drones in the comments. How do you see them shaping the future of combat?